Welcome everybody. My name is Crystal Welch, Triple Diamond Distributor for It Works Global. Welcome to our weekly wrap party hangout. So tonight what we're going to do is I'm going to actually give you a little bit of information about the Body Applicators, how it works, some of the other products that we offer, and then we'll be able to hear some amazing stories from some successful people in the business. So, a few housekeeping items. Let me just make sure that you guys, everybody can see and hear me on the screen now that we are live. It looks like we are. Sweet. If you are a guest, make sure to back with the person that invited you tonight after. And if you are a distributor, please make sure not to post your own personal websites and things on the feed, because that is, there's tons of guests and things on here from other distributors. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm actually going to share a presentation with you guys. So give me just a second to get it on. All right, so have you tried that crazy wrap thing? The crazy wrap thing is a body applicator that tightens, tones, and firms the skin. So it's really easy and affordable. You can try one for only $25 for a sample, and it's a lot of fun. You can get some people together and try the wrap all together, or even try facials together. So it's really simple. You take it out of the package, you unfold it. It is folded into 4 when you first get it. You can put it anywhere from your chin down. So you can cut it to customize whatever area that you want it to fit. So whether that be your chin or your tummy area, you can cut it in half for your arms, your back, your thighs, your butt, your feet. I mean, you can literally wrap anything from the chin down. And you're going to see results in as little as 45 minutes. We also have a facial applicator that tightens, tones, and firms the skin of the face. It is specific for the sensitive skin on the face. And so that's why I mentioned the body applicator you only want to put from the chin down, whereas the facial applicator is specific for that sensitive skin. This is what it does. You can see it's an amazing before and after picture. In just 45 minutes, the tightening and toning and firming that happens. It reduces the appearance of cellulite, and it gives you fast and lasting results from our botanically based formula. This product is a first-to-market product, so there's not anything out there quite like it. There will be lots of people that will attempt to duplicate, but I can ensure they will be unsuccessful because we have the best product on the market. With that being said, you want to make sure that you do purchase it from an It Works distributor, specifically from either them or their website, and not get it from some of the random online sites, because you never know how long someone may have had the wrap. So it's really important to get it from someone that is officially an It Works distributor. Here are some more before and after pictures. I mentioned earlier you can try one for $25. A full treatment of the wraps is actually a box of 4. So that first picture you can see what happens after 4, or even 2, or even 1. People get amazing results. So, but just remember that 1 is a sample and 4 is actually a full treatment of the body applicator. We have this great program called a Loyal Customer Program that allows customers to get discounts on all of our products. They actually get the wholesale pricing on our products. So a loyal customer is someone who purchases 1 item a month for 3 consecutive months in a row. You get your own account. You get to choose what you want from month to month. It does not have to be the same item you started with. And you'll get a significant discount. Plus, you can earn free product and even free shipping on your products. So in front of you, I have a few packs that the company has put together for us to really give us a good combination of products and products that work really well together. So the first one is called a wrap pack. It comes with a box of 4. body applicators. So remember, I said a box of 4 is actually a full treatment, and a mini version of our defining gel. Our defining gel has a lot of the same ingredients as the wraps, except way less concentrated, so that you can actually put the defining gel on daily. Whereas with the wrap, you want to wrap as often as every 3 days maximum. Okay, so you don't want to wrap daily because it takes one wrap 3 days to go through your whole system. So with the defining gel, you can actually put that on daily in combination with the wrap. So even on the days that you're not wrapping, you can put the defining gel on from chin to toe. So this retails for $115, but as a loyal customer, you can see there's a significant discount, and you can get it for only $69 as a loyal customer. So you save $46 for that wrap pack as a loyal. The next pack we have is called the Skinny Pack. The Skinny Pack is actually our most popular pack because you really do get an amazing savings and deal with these products. So with this one, you also get the full body, the full treatment of the body applicators, but you also get the full bottle of the defining gel. So the mini one in the wrap pack would probably last you anywhere from like maybe 3 to 4 days, whereas the full bottle, you can see there's a huge difference in the sizes. The full bottle is going to last you about 4 to 6 weeks. So you're going to really be able to get full benefits out of that. This one we also include our fat fighters. The fat fighters are a supplement that you take 15 minutes to an hour after you eat your meal. And this is going to help bind up to 30% of the fat and carbs that you intake. That's huge because if you're like me and you like pizza or your pasta or things like that, this really will help. It's really great on vacation too. Like if you're, a lot of us that are with It Works and use It Works products tend to definitely maintain or even lose weight on vacation because of our fat fighters. And we don't have to worry about coming back 10 pounds heavier. So the Skinny Pack retails for $189, but as a loyal customer, you save $77 on this pack, and you can get it for only $112. That's a great savings. The final pack that I'm going to talk about tonight is called the It Pack, and I love the It Pack because this is going to introduce you to some of our skincare as well. So in this pack, you get the full box of 4 body applicators, the full bottle of defining gel, a full box of facials as well. So you're going to get 4 facial applicators in with the It Pack. And then you're also going to get our Lifting Lip and Eye Cream. This is an awesome cream that you put around on the top of your lips and right underneath your eyes, and it helps with dark circles and bags. It really helps open up your eye and around your lips as well. You put it around your lips, and it gives you full and plumper lips. And so that is an amazing product, Lifting Lip and Eye Cream. Then in this pack, we're also going to introduce our greens. In the pack, you get the Greens to Go, which is a 30-day packet in there. But we do have other sizes as well. So our greens come in a canister of a 30-day supply and a canister of a 90-day supply. And then what you see before you is the Greens on the Go. Comes in both a berry flavor and an orange flavor. So what this does is it helps detoxify your system and alkalize your body. And that little packet there that you see has the equivalent of 8 servings of fruits and vegetables in one little pack. Most people do not get the recommended doses of fruits and vegetables daily, but in this little pack you can get all of that. And so it's a great deal. So this whole pack, the It Pack, retails for $299, but as a loyal customer, $120 savings, and you can get it for $179. So a great deal there. Now, We have a ton of other products as well. If I were to talk about all of them today, we'd be here all night. So I will just briefly mention some of the others. We have something for stress and focus called Confianza. We have stuff for joint pain and anti-inflammatory called Relief. We have amazing multivitamins, which include minerals and omega-3s, and we even have a complete pack for that. And we even have something for menopause. This is even just a few of the products that we offer. We have many others, including one of my favorites, which is called Hair, Skin, and Nails. This is another one of those supplements that you take when you eat, and this is going to help you get stronger and healthier nails, thicker and shinier hair. I mean, it even helps with your eyelashes. It will help your eyelashes grow. You'll have glowing skin. This is an amazing product as well. Now, we also have a great business opportunity, and the company gives us 3 very simple steps in order to run our business. And so I'm going to share that with you here. The first step is to join the party. You can actually join the party for as little as $99, okay? What you get in that kit is you actually get a box of 4 body applicators, so 4 wraps. And you can do one of 2 things with that. You can turn around and sell those wraps and make your money back instantly, or you can use them on yourself so you actually have a personal testimony of how the product works on you. The only requirement that we have for you as a distributor is that you actually have an 80 BB auto ship. And what that is, that's kind of like your expenses, okay? So if you were to have a traditional business, let's say a salon or a restaurant or a grocery store, you would have thousands and thousands of dollars of overhead each month just to keep the lights on and the electricity running and things like that. So I look at the 80 BB auto ship like our expenses, except it's only $80 versus thousands of dollars. And so I always recommend for new distributors that you actually just get a couple boxes of wraps each month, because that's what you're going to actually go out and wrap people, and you're going to not only make your $80 investment back, but you're actually going to make a profit if you're doing 2 boxes of wraps each month, which means that you're going to get $200 when you sell those 8 wraps. All right, so that is the only requirement in order for you to get paid. Now, we have some booster packs that you can also add on to your kit. The first one is called a mini booster, and this one is $149, and you actually get 2 boxes of wraps, so 8 wraps in there, a box of facials, so that's 4 facials, a canister of greens, the full bottle of defining gel, and fat fighters. So this would actually, when you sell all of the wraps in there, you do your parties and you get that wrap cash, you can make about $300 in wrap cash from the mini booster. This one is actually only available at the time that you start your business. So at the time that you're enrolling is when you're eligible to actually purchase this pack. Okay. Then we also have the Party Booster. Now the Party Booster is available at any time, and this is going to give you actually a lot more product. This one is $349, and it has 4 boxes of wraps, so that's 16 wraps, a box of facials, defining gel, fat fighters. You're going to get the lip and eye cream in this one, as well as the greens on the go, which is great for sampling and things like that at parties. So when you sell, you do your parties and you sell those wraps, you're going to make $500 in party cash. So these are both great options to really get started with your business. But as I mentioned, the mini booster is only available at the time that you start, and the Party Booster is available at any time. So that's step 1. Step 2 is where you can wrap free. Now, we wrap free by getting 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days. So I already mentioned to you what a loyal customer was. A loyal customer is someone that purchases 1 item a month for 3 consecutive months in a row. And so when you get 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days, the company is going to reward you by giving you 2 boxes of wraps for free. So you're going to earn some product credit, and when you turn around and sell those wraps, you're going to actually make $200. So that's a great little incentive. Not only that, but for every 2 loyal customers you get, you earn something called Wrap Rewards, where you can buy wraps for only $25. So you really get a great deal when you're getting those loyal customers very early on. Now, step 3 is actually a $500 guarantee. So what this is we take the worry out of the equation and guarantee you a minimum income of at least $500 in your first 60 days if you personally help 3 other people complete those first 2 steps. So if you yourself come in and you do step 1 and 2, so you join the party and you wrap free by getting 4 customers in your first 30 days, and then you have 3 people join you and they do the same, they join the party and get 4 little customers in their first 30 days, we guarantee you a minimum income of at least $500 in your first 2 months, or we'll pay the difference, okay? So that's a great little incentive there. We also have an amazing promotion that's going on right now that is called Too Good. This is Too Good. So what this is if you come in this month and you help someone else start their business, so you have a new distributor and 1 loyal customer, you will go into a drawing on September 6th, and 20 people are going to get $20,000 each to pay off debt, okay? Credit card debt, medical bills, or even student loans. And so this is a great time to get started so that you can be eligible for this Too Good promotion, okay? Now, you're probably wondering what everyone is earning. This is the fun part. So this chart shows you the average annual income for distributors at different ranks in the company, okay? And I stress, it is an average, so some people make more and some people make less, but this gives you a good idea of what the possibilities are. So, as a distributor, the average annual income is about $752. Now that, to some people, may not seem like it's a big deal, but for others, you know, an extra $60 to $70 a month, that could be, you know, paying for your own product, you know, so you're ordering each month as a distributor, so this is actually paying for that for you. Or maybe it's even putting your kid in a dance lesson, you know, for the month or something like that. The next level is executive, and the average annual income for an executive is $3,132. So now we're getting a little bit more up there. We're looking at maybe about $250, even close to $300 monthly, and that could be groceries for the month, or maybe your car payment, or, you know, who knows, a utility bill. That could really help some people. The next level is Ruby, and the average annual income as a Ruby is $5,600. Okay, there's a statistic out there that says most American households are anywhere from $300 to $500 away from bankruptcy. And at this level, that can actually help people avoid that situation. So this is a great level to strive for. That's typically what most people say, you know, I want to make an extra $500 a month. So that's a great little, that's a great incentive in order to get to that level. All right, so the next level is Emerald. The average annual income for an Emerald is just over $10,000 annually. So we're looking at about $800 to $900 a month, which is a nice extra income. Then we have diamond. At the diamond level, this is where everything really does start to change. This is where our CEO, Mark Pentecost, says you have a license to print money, because you start to open up a whole nother level of our compensation plan. So the average annual income for a diamond is about $23,000. So we're looking at just less than $2,000 a month. On top of that, we actually have a promotion going on in August. So this is the second promotion that's going on in August, called the Good Bonus. And this is a bonus that will give you, it's a $10,000 bonus. So if you sign up by August 31st, and you have 3 months to get to that diamond level and earn this $10,000 bonus. And I can tell you that everybody on this call has done that, so it is possible. Well, I don't think Lisa did, because she was already a diamond when when this promotion came out. But I actually did it in 2 months, and so it is definitely achievable. Okay, so it's a $10,000 bonus that you do not want to pass up. All right. So the next level on here is actually double diamond. And average annual income as a double diamond is $54,000 annually. Now we're talking about replacing some professional people's incomes at that level. So I'm actually going to come back to you, and we are going to chat with my friend Leroux, and I'm back here. All right, so Leroux, did you unmute yourself?
I think so. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Perfect.
Okay, so why don't you tell us who you are and where you're from?
Okay. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for inviting me tonight. I'm so excited. So my name is Leroux Redman, and I am in a beautiful town called Bozeman, Montana, and just really enjoy life. A little bit about me, how I got involved with It Works. I've been in the fitness industry as a personal trainer, and I teach nutrition stuff for about the past 20 years. And one of my wife's friends asked me to take a look at the products. I'm very picky about what I put in my own body. I deal with all natural foods. So I'm always looking at different companies, looking at, people are always coming and talking to you saying, hey, check this out, check that out. And, if it's got artificials or things like that, they just don't jive with me. And obviously I can't show people something I don't believe in. So I looked at the wraps first, and I'm like, okay, everything in here is all natural, makes sense. Then I look at the protein, and that's a big one for most people. Most all proteins out there have artificial sweeteners in them. And I'm looking at it, and I'm going, okay, it's made with stevia. That fits the bill. She said it tasted really well. I looked at the greens, and that's what really got me excited. So I went ahead and joined the business. Well, first thing I told her is, where do I sign up? She goes, okay, I better sign up, now that you're going to sign up. And I tried. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those deals. And so I tried a wrap, and I personally didn't see any results. It's going to happen. We have people raise their hands. Who's tried 1? Who's tried 2? Who's tried 3? Since I lead such a clean lifestyle, I didn't see any major results. But that's understandable. It's okay. I didn't think much of, I shouldn't say okay, but I mean, it happens to people. And so since I didn't see much, I didn't think much about it, and I kind of moved on. She was new in the business and didn't really follow up with me, which happens more often than probably not. And that was in May of 2012. We had the promotion come out in January that year for the good bonuses. And my wife said, hey, they got this good bonus, well, you ought to check this out. That started me up. And so about the end of January, did I say July or January? End of January, I promoted to Ruby, and then I promoted to Diamond in 2 more months. So I got my Diamond bonus, like Crystal had said. The 4th month in the business I was really working at, I went to Double Diamond. I'm pretty motivated in that respect. And so that's what drove us to do that and keep working the business. Since then, I am no longer a gym owner. And as of February of last year, I retired my wife from an 18-year career of cutting hair. And then we went on a road trip. Crystal knows this because we came and stayed with them, actually in their street. We went on a 3-week road trip to go visit our people, and that included going to Tacoma, all over Washington, Oregon, and actually ended up spending 3.5 months in our RV traveling all over the western United States. Never thought that could happen, but since both Jamie and I do this business and work from home, we had our 3 dogs, we had no reason to come home. We got home last week back to Montana, and it's been an amazing adventure, amazing trip. And without It Works, it would not have been possible. Obviously without me working it, without obviously the products and my team, it wouldn't have been possible. So I know you want to ask like a tip for something like that, right, Crystal?
Well,
I think the best tip
before you get to your tip, what do you has been the biggest change in your life since you started It Works? Obviously being able to travel and stuff is huge. So what do you think has been the biggest life change for you?
I would say, and there's been a lot of them, I would say being able to retire Jamie from cutting hair. And I shouldn't say having her home. I mean, it's nice having her home. But it's,
I know that, Billy.
Yeah, exactly. I know CJ's in the background there. I love having my wife home, don't get me wrong. But it's more that if we want to go do something, like this afternoon, hey, let's go hop on the motorcycles and go for a ride. Or let's take the dogs down to the river and go for a long walk. Obviously, coming to visit you guys. And we didn't have to be home. I went and stayed 6 weeks with my father in California. How often does someone get to say that? So the freedom, the time freedom, the financial freedom to be able to do those things, it's really changed our lives.
Absolutely. Okay, now give us your tip. What's a tip that you can give for the distributors that are watching out there?
Okay. I thought about this a lot since we talked yesterday. And, one simple one is give this business at least 12 months. Commit. When you sign, or if you've already signed up and you've been in this business for 6 months, say, you know what, I'm going to give this business a solid 12 months of actually working it. I don't mean saying hi to somebody or this, I mean working your business. And I had to realize that myself. It's like, if I really work this a full 12 months, and I think if anybody, and anybody above us that can talk about those levels, that they committed a full 12 months, or really 2 years, 3 years, but in that first 12 months, what it'll do for you and your family will blow your mind.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I think that's awesome, and I can't wait for you guys to come back over to this side.
I know. You got to come to Montana first.
Okay, deal. Done. All right, so getting back to our presentation here, the next level I want to share with you is triple diamond, and this is where it gets real fun because now we're talking about 6 figures annually. And so the average annual income for a triple diamond is $104,000, almost $105,000, which is just mind-blowing, okay? And so I am actually going to share with you my story because I am a triple diamond. So I started in January of 2012 with this company, and I saw a post on Facebook, and the post was like, my mom dropped a couple pan sizes in 3 days, and I thought, how is that possible? That is not possible. And so I messaged her, of course, and asked her some questions, and she quickly answered them, and we talked a little bit, and here I am today. And I just thought, well, if it's only $100 to get started, I've spent $100 on worse things. Plus, I'm going to get a box of wraps. So worst case scenario is I'm going to use these wraps on myself. And I kind of hit the ground running. I did not know what I was doing. Most of the people in my area that had also got started at the same time had no clue what we were doing. But we were having fun. And we were wrapping people, and people were seeing results. And that was super exciting for us. And so I did move pretty quickly and got to diamond in only 2 months. And then life happened. So I'm going to actually rewind back 6 months prior to me starting this business. Me and my husband were on a vacation in Vegas, and he was taking a shower, and that shower head actually blew off and hit him in the head and knocked him unconscious for just a couple seconds. He was okay. Well, I thought he was okay. He wasn't really okay. But, you know, we had ambulance and firemen and all these people in our suite, and it was actually our anniversary, and I was like, okay, well, we have dinner reservations, so he's not going to the hospital. Okay. Which he was okay, but after the next day when we flew home, and he woke up that morning, and I believe from the air pressure of him getting hit in the head the day before, he woke up to a huge knot on his head, which was crazy freaky. And nothing like, there was no like, you know, lacerations or anything on his face, but a huge knot. And he tried to get up and drive to work, and he couldn't. He, as he was driving from the sun, hitting his face, tears were streaming down his eyes, because like just hitting his eyes, that was making his eyes water. And so he actually drove himself to the emergency room, and I met him there later, and we found out that he had a concussion. Fast forward, he ended up having vertigo and all kinds of horrible things. He ended up losing his job because he lost a lot of memory loss and temper loss. He couldn't control. If someone said something to him and he didn't want to do it, he'd let them know. So things were challenging in our house. You know, we started to argue and things because I didn't understand what was going on at the time and why he was acting the way he was acting. But now, after many doctor's appointments and therapists and medication, we kind of know what was going on at the time. So he ended up having PTSD from this shower injury, which I know is crazy, and we, again, didn't understand that at the time. But that's what was going on, and so that made life pretty miserable for our household. And we were definitely on the verge of going in opposite directions. But when I found this business, and I kind of dove in because it was a good distraction from what was going on in my life, I started, when I got my free product value for getting my first 4 loyal customers, I actually ordered supplements. And I got him on a couple supplements that saved our marriage. I will just say that. I started him on the New You, which is, I didn't talk about, but it's a human growth hormone. And what we found is he wasn't sleeping. So when he had to get up in the morning and take me to work and our daughter to school, he was very angry because he'd just fallen asleep maybe 2 hours prior, and here he would get up, and so that's where a lot of the arguments would come from. But New You helped him sleep, and he woke up refreshed, whether he had 3 hours of sleep or he had 9 hours of sleep. It felt the same. So that was a huge difference. And that was, our daughter was the one that actually noticed at first. After about a week, maybe a week and a half of taking this product, she said, Daddy, why are you waking up all excited and stuff? Like, what's going on? Because this is not the norm. And so that's when we realized we really had our hands on something. And then the other product that he was taking was Confianza. That's the one, the anti-stress formula. And, you know, with all the things that had happened over the last 6 months, he was taking a lot of depression medication and things like that. And that was able to get him off of all those medications that the doctors had prescribed, was Confianza. So between Confianza, New You, and, of course, Relief, to help with all his pain he was dealing with. Because with the head injury, he also hit, I didn't even mention this, but he hit his side on the marble in the tub. So he had back pain and neck pain, all this. He'll have to go to the chiropractor for the rest of his life. But those are the products that helped him maintain and get better even. So because of that, I am forever grateful for this company, and I mean for saving my marriage and changing his life. So it's really much more than the income for us, because we really do believe in this product and we love helping people. And so that's why we do what we do. That's why I'm here today sharing with you. So here we are, and we're going to keep on going. We'll be doing this forever. I also, one result of being in this business, I used to be a college professor. After just over a year and a half of doing this, I was actually able to walk away from my position as a college professor. So it's been just over a year that I've been doing this full-time at home. Me and my husband work together to do this, and we absolutely love it. So the time freedom is priceless. When something happens in our household or in our family, my mom was really sick at the beginning of the year, and I was able to work with her through that. You know, we were in Florida for 10 days and came back, and a couple of days later, my grandpa unfortunately passed away, and so I was able to pick up and go to California for a week without having to worry about a job and someone telling me I could or couldn't go and be there for my family. So the time is priceless that we have this opportunity that we do. So that's why I love sharing this business with you, because you never know where it could take you. So that's me. That's my story. Oh, I didn't mention I'm in Tacoma, Washington, for those of you that don't know. So, all right, getting back to somebody else. Somebody else needs to talk now. All right, so the next level that we have is actually presidential diamonds, which you can see these numbers get super high, and it's like, whoa. So this level, the average annual income is just under $194,000 annual, which is just insane, right? You think nobody gets to that level. But I think there are just over 300 people in our company that are at that level. So a few people have gotten there, and lots more coming right behind. So I have my friend Tricia. She's going to share her story with us. Tricia, can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yes, absolutely. So tell us, well, I said your name, but tell us who you are and where you're from.
I am Tricia McDonald, and I'm in Surprise, Arizona, so just outside Phoenix a little bit.
Nice. And tell us how long you've been with It Works and how you got started.
Well, I joined the company in August of 2012, and how did I get started? I actually came across a Facebook post from a complete stranger who I had never met. I didn't know anything about her. And she was posting about these crazy skinny wraps that were going to help you tighten, tone, and firm in 45 minutes. And I thought, this lady is whack. Like, she's scamming people, and there's no way it could work, and she's just crazy. And I just felt awful for all the people that were commenting that were interested. And so I commented on there, and I said something totally mean about her spamming people, and she sent me a message. And she said, why don't you try it free? Just invite a couple friends over and have a party, and I'll wrap you free, and I'll prove it to you. And I was like, all right, well, in case it works, like, I want to try it. And so I wasn't going to pay $25, but I knew that my friends would. And so I agreed to host a party, and the night before the party, I had 9 girls that were going to come over and wrap. And so I did the math real quick, because I'm smart like that, and 9 times 25 was more than the $99 it cost to sign up. And so I told her, I said, if I sign up as a distributor right now, will all of my friends pay me at the party tomorrow, or are they still going to pay you? And she said, no, they're your customers, they'll pay you. And so without knowing anything, I signed up on a total whim. I didn't know this lady. I didn't know if the wraps worked. I didn't know if the company sold other products. I didn't know there was an auto ship. I knew nothing. And luckily, it worked. So So I just kind of ran with it. You know, I made $200 at the party, and then I just kind of kept telling everybody. Everybody had great results. A couple girls completely lost their stretch marks. Other girls dropped a couple pant sizes. It was just the craziest thing I'd ever seen, and so I had to tell everybody about it.
Nice. So, how has your life changed since you started at work? 2 years ago, right? August? Yeah.
I just celebrated 2 years, yeah. Everything changed. I was a stay-at-home mom before, and I'm still a stay-at-home mom now. I just make a lot more money than I did before. So my husband worked about 60 to 70 hours a week with his commute. He worked an hour away, and so he spent a long time in the car, and he was in retail management, which meant that we didn't get weekends. We didn't get holidays. We didn't get time together. It was just a hi, bye, see ya in passing. He would go days without seeing the kids. He'd leave for work before they'd wake up, and then he'd get home after they went to bed. And so the kids never got dinner with their dad or anything. You know, he missed everything. And so last October, so it's almost been a year now, we retired him, and he's been home, and now the kids have 2 stay-at-home parents, and we travel all the time, and we both go to drop off the kids and pick them up from school and dance class and soccer and everything in between. So everything has totally changed.
Awesome. That's awesome. So tell us, give us a tip. What's your tip that you give to I forgot to give my tip, but I'll give it after you give yours.
I mean, you can tell yours first if you want.
Go ahead.
Okay. My best tip is for current distributors, or even like if you're a potential and you decide to join. You have to show up to events. If they're corporate events and they're big, or they're team trainings and they're small, or they're just a, you know, whatever, a conference call even, stuff like this, you have to show up, because the world is going to shut you down, and you're going to hear no from time to time, and people are going to think you're crazy. I know, because I thought these people were crazy. But when you get in a room or you hear the energy from other distributors, it's so crazy. There's nothing like it. You need that positive energy to keep your business going, and without it, you probably just won't make it.
Absolutely. Good stuff. All right. Anything else that you want to share?
The only other thing is just, if the people in your life aren't supportive at first, give them time, because my husband was a total hater for the first year. I was making $10,000 a month, and he still thought I was stupid. But eventually they'll come around. So keep at it.
Nice. I love it. All right. Thank you so much, Tricia. All right. So, of course, I did forget to give my tip, so I'm going to give that really quickly. My tip is to talk to everybody. It doesn't matter if you think they've heard about the rep or not. I mean, that Blitz card, you never know whose life you're going to change by giving them a Blitz card. And so talking to people when you're standing in the grocery store line, or you're shopping in the mall with your kids for back to school, or messaging people on Facebook, and that's another one, is that social media, you think your friends know what you're doing because you post on Facebook. They don't necessarily see all of your stuff. You actually have to interact with people for them to see your stuff and you to see their stuff. And so messaging people and asking people, have you tried this crazy wrap thing? Or blitzing people and, have you tried this crazy wrap thing? Because there are still millions of people that haven't tried this crazy wrap thing, and that's our job, is to make sure that they know what it is, so it gives them an opportunity to try it. Okay, so that's just a quick tip, because I saw that Lisa's here, so I'm excited. All right, so top level in our company, let's go back to our little presentation here, is Ambassador Diamonds. And this, I know you guys are all looking like, oh my God, are you kidding me right now? This number is insane. The average Ambassador Diamond is $585,000 annually. We're talking about over $500,000 annually, which is just insane. And again, you're probably thinking, nobody makes that, and I'm here to tell you you're wrong. There's lots of people that make that. When I started this company, there were only 2 people in the entire company at that level. And now today, I believe there are 42 people, or definitely over 40. So Lisa is actually going to share with you her story. Lisa, I need you to unmute yourself for me. And so there we go.
I did it!
Busy woman tonight. She's actually doing her own wrap party at her house, but she gratefully made some time to get on and chat with us. So thank you. All right. So Lisa, tell us who you are and where you're from.
I am from Ohio originally, Toledo, and I am now in Arizona. We moved here about a year ago, and I got started with It Works 4 years ago. We just started or celebrated our 4-year anniversary with the company July 28th, and it has gone so fast. I feel like it was yesterday that we signed up. And it's still just as much fun. I'm still just as excited. Every time I wrap somebody, I still am in awe when I take it off. It never gets old. I always tell people it's like a Christmas present. You don't know what's in there, and you get to open it up, and you're like, ah! It's so much fun. But I'm a little crazy. But we're just doing a wrap party here tonight, and it's so much fun doing this. It's like we get paid to do this. It's crazy. But that income chart, every time I see it, I'm like, wow, we made that. That's nuts. And it's true. You know, you don't know how you get here. You just get here and you just wrap a lot of people. You tell people about the product, and it's like a high school rumor. You know, it's such a great product that when people hear about it, they go show their picture to more people, and they tell somebody else, and then your phone's ringing. They're like, you don't know who I am, but I want that wrap thing. And that's how it started for us. I didn't know a lot of people. I worked 60 hours a week as a waitress for 25 years. We have 5 kids between Barry and I was super busy because when I wasn't at work, I was at a sporting thing. I was at, you guys know how it is, you feel like you're a chauffeur, cheerleading and football, and just drop me at my friend's house. Can you drop me at the mall? So that was my whole life. And Barry wasn't working at the time. He had lost his job 2 years prior. His diabetes was pretty bad, and it was like a really bad time, 2009, 2010. People were just shutting down, and nobody was holding jobs, and people were filing for bankruptcy, losing their houses, and we lost our house. That foreclosed, and then the one morning we woke up and my car wasn't in the driveway. First I thought somebody stole it, but then I realized when you don't make your car payment, they come to get that stuff. So that sucked, because when you are in a family of 7 and you are down to 1 car that's on its last leg, I'm not kidding you, this car, it's so funny if I showed you a picture of it, the windows did not roll down. There was no air conditioner. It's a nightmare. And one of the doors, because I hit a guardrail, wouldn't even open, so we had to crawl through. This was the car we were driving. And you know what? My story is not unlike a lot of other people's story, though. I mean, we all struggle in different ways. People have had a car repossessed. But we were just at that point where I was so sick and tired of worrying about how I was going to get school supplies, or every month it was something else. And just when I would we'd get income tax, I couldn't wait, because with all those kids, you know, we got a good income tax check. But you know what would happen is that we would get that check, and everything that had built up, we'd have to pay off, so we didn't even get to enjoy it. And I didn't know what else to do. I mean, I'm going on 37 years old. What am I going to do, go back to school? Not an option. I already work 60 hours a week. I can't fit in another job. There's not enough hours in the day. I already was not seeing my kids but 1 day a week, and it was so stressful. You know how it is on a relationship when he wasn't working, so he's depressed, and money was horrible, so then we're fighting even more. And when I first heard about the crazy wrap, a girl I worked with, we didn't call it the crazy wrap then, you remember, because you started when I started. It was called the Ultimate Body Applicator. When I first heard about the Ultimate Body Applicator, I thought it was absolutely ludicrous. I thought I had just woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning and saw an infomercial. I was like, right, there is no way this thing works. And I really avoided the girl that I worked with for about a month. But after you start seeing other people trying it and hearing them get excited, you can't stop but you can't help but not think, does it really work? Okay, I really want to try it. But I was struggling. She knew that, and she knew that every dime I had was going to something. So I couldn't even afford the $25 to get a wrap. And she graciously, the one day I was kind of complaining about my love handles. I worked at a restaurant with a bunch of 21-year-olds, and I was like the mom. And I worked with all these little perfect, cute bodies, and I had like 5 kids, right? So I had roles. And she's like, I'm just going to give you one of these wraps, and you can take it home and try it. And so I took it home, put it on, expected nothing, and in 45 minutes, I bloated. I got bigger. And she didn't tell me that could happen. So then I was freaking out. I'm like, I'm not telling anybody about this fat wrap. It makes people fatter. I threw it in the garbage, didn't think nothing of it. And I didn't know it worked for 3 days. So I just kind of told her this thing, and she was new. She had never had anybody bloat, so she was like, I never had that. I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, whatever. So by the 3rd day, it was amazing. My stretch marks looked like somebody else's stomach. That was back when we were still using a measure tape, so, you know, I definitely saw huge results. And I was, like, floored at what had just happened. And I thought, man, I want more of these. I definitely want more of these, but I didn't even think I was going to sell it. It was my husband that said, we're going to be rich. He took one look at my stomach and he said, we're doing this, we're going to be rich. And I said, you're crazy, I'm not selling anything. And he was pretty adamant about it and finally talked me into getting started with it. In fact, we wouldn't be here today if he wouldn't have pushed me, because I wouldn't have done it. I thought home-based businesses were jokes. I didn't know anybody who made any money at them. And I just had this perception that you would have to carry a bunch of stock and deliver things to people's houses and have all these crazy parties that I already didn't have time. So to me, it just looked like a lot of work for a little pay. But I also thought, he said something to me that changed everything. He said, look at where we are. If we don't do something different, nothing different's going to happen. And I thought, well, you are right about that. And I couldn't sleep that night. I thought, he's right. Nothing else, nobody else has approached me. I know this product's awesome. I've never heard of anybody else having it before. And then I was really lucky to get in front of Cammie Dempsey, the top money earner in the company, and Pam Souter, and I met them and I thought, man, these women are amazing. They're real people. If they're doing this, I can do this. So we jumped in, and man, I'll tell you what, that was 4 years ago, and here we are now, and we got 2 cars. The windows roll down, and I got air conditioner. And we got a house I can't even believe we're in. Like, seriously, there is not a day that goes by that I don't wake up and say, pinch me. Like, this ain't real. But, in fact, the first, like, 3 checks, we didn't even spend them because we were so afraid they were going to come and get it. We were like, this is not, what if they take this? Is this going to keep coming? Because you're thinking, is this too good to be true? But I'm telling you what, if you're looking at this company, this is the first time in your life that it's face value. It's good to be true, and it is the real deal. It is the truth. You can do whatever you want to in this business. You don't have to have a background in this kind of business. You do not have to know people to do this business. You do not have to have done businesses like this before. You don't have to have a bunch of friends. You can do this, and all it takes is to make a change, and really that's where we were. We wanted to get out of the situation we were in, and I was working real hard. You know, I worked really hard at the place that I worked at, and I was treated like crap. I mean, I never got a raise. I did more than anyone else. It didn't matter how much more I did. I was always going to be making somebody else's dreams come true. The owner of the restaurant, she was always on a vacation, always going somewhere, always doing this, and I wanted to own a restaurant, but where was I ever going to get the money for that? So I looked at that like, man, if I'm going to work this hard for someone else, why not take the next 3, 4, 5 years, see what I can do with this It Works thing, and work that hard for me? And well, let me tell you what, it's taken us to here, and we aren't stopping now. I mean, this is just the beginning. I feel like it is the beginning. It Works is such an amazing opportunity to get into right now because of the timing, the one-of-a-kind product, the fact that we're not a household name yet. The system that they have set up is amazing. You can come in and you don't have to figure out how to do it. They take all the guesswork out of it. You just come in and follow 3 simple steps, and you teach it to other people, and you get to help other people come with you. You know, you don't got to step on people like in real life to get someplace. You get to take as many people with you. And the cool part is the more people that you take and you help them make money, the higher you go. And you know, real life doesn't work like that. So I'm never going back to real life. I'm going to continue living in my fantasy world right here with It Works. And again, you know, you look at a company like Mary Kay has been around for 70 years, and we're completely different, but we are the same with longevity. We are going to be here in another 50, 60 years. We're just a baby right now, and getting in right now, could you imagine if you were the first person to get into Mary Kay? That's what it's like getting into this business. It's a winning lottery ticket. All you got to do to cash your ticket in is sign up for $99, get started, follow 3 steps, talk to everyone, hand out some Blitz cards, have fun, and give it time, because nobody built a business in one day. And I loved what you said about Blitz everybody, because do you know it takes the average person 7 times to see something before they actually say, ooh, what is that? I want to know more. And you know how many times I've handed out a Blitz card to seen it 6 times, and I was the one that wrapped them. A salon that I walked into that they've been approached 5, 6 times, and I was the one they listened to. You don't ever want to judge and think that they don't want this. There's people who never would have done this in a million years, and they're some of my best distributors. So that's the biggest thing. Is I love your tip, because let go of judging. Let other people make that decision, and don't play God. let them have this and decide what they want to do with it, because I really believe you're holding on to an amazing gift with this company, and you owe it to yourself and to everyone else to let them make that decision on their own. Don't just assume, because you know what? If somebody would have looked at me and thought she wouldn't want this and they never would have told me about it, can you imagine? I mean, we wouldn't be here right now. So tell everybody. I love that tip.
Nice.
Did I talk too much? I tend to do that.
Fantastic. What about a tip? Do you have a tip do you want to give?
You know, I guess my biggest tip is stay plugged in. Get to trainings. Plugging in is the biggest thing. You know, if you are around a lot of people that are bringing you down, because that's how a lot of people are, you know, it's hard to keep going. I mean, ask Trish. You know, if you're sitting around your husband and he's telling you that this is bad for you and you're never going to make any money and this is the most ridiculous thing in the world, you're going to start believing that. But she probably got on phone calls, talked to her upline, made a personal decision not to talk to it about it around him, so he couldn't bring her down. Those are decisions you have to make. Wipe out the people in your life that are telling you can't do it. Wipe out the people in your life. And I know some of those people are hard to wipe out. Sometimes you can't wipe out a mom or a sister. Believe me, I had that. My mom and my sister thought I was crazy. But I made choices not to mention it around them, not to talk about it, because they were just bringing me down and making me think that I was crazy, that I couldn't do it. So when I surrounded myself with the people in this business that were believing what I believed, that believed they could do it too, that were on this journey, they understood it. They understood what we were trying to do. They understood that it was way more than some crazy rap. It's like it's a way of life, and they got it. Those are the people that lifted me up and kept me going, because if I would have gone off of my mom and my sister, were the first two people I called when I started this business, they both told me I was nuts. And I almost quit. I almost said, but if it wasn't for Barry going, no, we got something here, we're going to do this, and I kept plugging into people, I just separated myself. And I think that's huge, because they say that 9 out of 10 people quit this business because of what somebody else thinks. 9 out of 10 people. Don't let anybody steal your dreams, because all these people telling you can't do it, they're still broke. You're listening to people that are working a job, that never see their kids, that aren't getting ahead, that are doing nothing to change their situation. And when you do that, you're gonna be in the same place. So listen to us and surround yourself with the right people. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it. That would be my biggest tip, and obviously doing that is plugging in. Trainings, getting around your upline, getting around the people that love and support you and lift you up.
Sweet. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you taking some time out of your brat party, a house full of people, and chatting with us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so wrapping things up here, we have one more slide here to share. And so what's your choice? I've given you a whole lot of information tonight about becoming a loyal customer, where you can get wholesale pricing on the products. You have your own account where you can manage your orders and decide what you want from month to month. You can earn free shipping and even earn free products. Or you can have all that and join as a distributor, earn cash and bonuses, about the Too Good bonus, and the Good bonus, the Get Out of Debt bonus, that are both promotions until the end of this month, good till the 31st of August. And enjoy some amazing friendships, fun, and freedom, because that's what our company is all about, is freedom, fun, and friendships. So I want to thank all my guests, Leroux, Tricia, and Lisa, for joining us tonight. And, please come back, get back with the person that invited you tonight, and ask some questions so that they can definitely answer those for you. So thank you for joining us, and we'll be back same time next Wednesday with a different group of amazing leaders. So thank you. I'm Crystal Welch, signing off. Have a good night.